For yielding. The Sea Power and Projection Forces Subcommittee, Mark, is a strong bipartisan mark. I want to thank Chairman Courtney, who has done a fantastic job of advancing the interest of the Sea Power and Projection Forces of this nation. This Sea Power mark, and as I review the Chairman's mark, are worth supporting. Based on the blueprint provided by President Biden, the mark tries to address our nation's most pressing national security needs. The mark tries to address growing shortfalls as we try to match a strident Chinese military ambition and counter a new communist world order. For example, the mark adds another destroyer, the #1 unfunded request by C&O Gilday in the Navy. The mark also includes critical capabilities to support our nation's strategic deterrence with continued strong investment in the Columbia-class ballistic missile submarine and the B-21 Raider bomber. But here's where I differ. As we contemplate our nation's course and develop a new vision, I am reminded of a quote from one of my favorite movie characters. Jedi Master Yoda was training his new student, Luke Skywalker, on the powers of the Force. Yoda asked Skywalker to accomplish a seemingly impossible task. To this, Luke responded, "I'll try." Then came Yoda's iconic retort, "No, try not. Do or do not, there is no try." I believe the time for trying is over, and the time for doing is upon us. I think doing requires us to embrace a new reality that our nation's national security rests on establishing a military that is able to compete in the South China Seas and the Arctic. I think doing requires us to establish a path to an extended naval force and a deep penetrating long-range strike capability. My doing compels me to endorse Chairman Rogers' $25 billion amendment that adds additional naval combatants and rejects the administration's desire to retire naval combatants that, in their entirety, represent the entire strike capability of the British naval force structure. Doing requires us to expand investment in the science and technology sector, and doing expands the submarine industrial base to a rate of construction that enables 3 attack submarines a year. Ranking Member Rogers' $25 billion amendment does what our national security requires. I think the age of trying is over. The age of doing is upon us. I seek to do what our nation requires of us. Doing compels us to assure our national security. Anything short of doing will not fulfill our constitutional oath. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back the balance of my time.
Before entertaining